Good morning, everybody, and today I'm continuing with the theme of harvest for our assembly. And today's assembly theme for harvest is that harvests depend very much on water. And I'm about to tell you a story that links the harvest with water. So here goes. In one of the areas of the United States of America, where they grow vast acres of wheat, and wheat is the grain that's used to make bread, there was a drought. That meant that the rain had not fallen for a very long time, and it looked as if the growing wheat was going to die in the fields. The farmers were really worried about the lack of rain. They decided to call all the people in the countryside to meet in the church on the Sunday to pray for rain. That week the sun still shone down on the fields, and still the rain did not come. The farmers knew that if the rain did not come at the right time of year, that the wheat plants would produce a very poor harvest. When Sunday arrived, all the farmers came to church with their sleeves rolled up. Their wives and daughters came in sundresses, and the sons wore shorts, and everybody was very summery because it was just so hot and dry. They were amused when they saw one little girl, 9 years of age, who arrived at the church that morning. She was dressed in her raincoat, she had a plastic rain hat, and she also carried an umbrella. They smiled at the little girl and laughed at her wearing her raincoat. The little girl listened to the farmers and their wives singing the hymns in church. Then she heard the minister praying for rain to make the wheat grow. But the little girl also said her own very special little prayer for rain. Everyone said amen to the minister's prayer, but no one heard the little girl's prayer. Except perhaps for God himself. The church service ended and the congregation made their way home. As they left, a great big black cloud suddenly appeared in the sky. There was a rumble of thunder and the rain came down in torrents. Of course, the farmers, who were without their coats, and their wives, who were in sundresses, and the sons, who were just in little shorts, they got drenched by the rain long before they reached their own homes. But one little girl just smiled to herself and walked slowly as she put up her umbrella. "Thank you, Lord," she said, because she believed that her prayer had brought the rain. Now, there are some people who believe that God can intervene and change the weather. Years ago, when the Spanish Armada, a large fleet of sailing ships, set sail to invade England in the 16th century, a great storm arose and wrecked most of their ships. People said that the storm was an act of God which saved England. Some people thought that when York Minster caught fire that God must have been angry. Well, we can't really influence the weather by saying our own prayers. If we could, we'd make the right prayers all the time, and then we would all pray that things like droughts in different parts of the world, America, Africa, would stop, and the people there would have rain on their dry and dusty lands, and it wouldn't be a problem. Poor people would be able to grow crops in their fields for food, and starvation just wouldn't be an issue because we would all pray for rain at the right time. So it doesn't really happen that prayers for rain can always be answered. Praying does not make the rain come. Rain depends on the climate of a country. Here in Britain, growing crops depends on early rainfall. And rain is life to plants. Without rain, without water, we wouldn't have a good harvest. So just think next time, when you're about to go away on holiday and you hope for good dry weather, don't forget that sometimes farmers and the market gardeners and other people involved in crop production might actually be hoping for something different from you. They might be hoping and praying for a little bit of rain. And you've got to ask yourself, which is more important? Us having a little dry holiday, or growing crops and having a good shower of rain to make sure that everybody is fed? So we have to be thankful for the rain, and we have to also look after it. In our homes, we use large amounts of water. Sometimes we probably even waste water. There's lots of little hints and tips that you can take on board and use in your own homes to try and save water. If you're cleaning your teeth, do you need to let the tap run all the time? Or could you just wet your brush, switch the tap off, have a little bit of a clean of your teeth, and then switch the tap back on again to do what you need to do to get the excess off your brush. Also, you can take showers instead of baths, and there's a little thing that you can do with the toilet system, which means that you take up some room with a heavy item like a brick in there, and so it doesn't take so much water to be able to flush it. So there's lots and lots we can do to try and save water. When we're short of rain here in England, we have places called reservoirs like the one in Kielder, and we have water conserved, saved for when it is needed. But although water's important, harvest also needs the sunshine. The crops need the sunshine to grow. So we need to be thankful for both the rain and the sunshine. And we need not moan when we have either. So next time, if it's a really hot sunny day, don't moan, oh, I'm too hot, I'm too sticky. That sun's doing a really good job for those crops. And next time, if you're off on holiday and the clouds turn a bit grey, don't moan and groan. Just like that little girl in the story. Get your wellies on, get your umbrella, and just get out there and enjoy it no matter what the weather. Okay, thank you very much for listening. Bye for now.